Not all task boxes are created equal. If you've ever pulled a task box off a shelf and had a student look at you like, what am I supposed to do with this? You are not alone. Hey there, this is Jennifer from Positively Learning. In this quick video, I'm going to break down the key components that makes a task box actually work for your students and your classroom routine. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit subscribe. There are so many more on the way. A task box should do so much more than keep a student busy. When it's designed well, it builds confidence, it teaches routines, and it gives you your time back so that you can work with other students, pull small groups. But when it's missing a key piece, it can lead to confusion, avoidance, or constant prompting. So let's fix that. Here's what every solid task box should include. Number one, visual support. This can be a picture cue, a model, or built-in visual directions. The goal is to reduce prompting. A good task box should also have a clear start and stop. Now, the clear start seems obvious. Students are grabbing the task, they see the cover, the visual directions, the task cards. But a clear finish is just as important. Students should know when they're done. For example, if you have 18, 20, 24 task cards inside this box, students might feel like they're on this constant, endless loop. I found the sweet spot for my students was about 10 to 12 task cards max. I found that attention would often wander around card number 7 or 8. But because students can see that clear finish, there's only 10 task cards. They are more likely to push through and feel that sense of accomplishment. Now, it might be a different number for students that you work with. You're going to know best. A good task box is goal aligned. Every task should reinforce something that you are already targeting. Now, this next one I cannot stress enough. This could make or break your independent work system. The tasks should have a familiar format. This is not the time to be creative or reinvent the wheel. You want the layouts to be as predictable as possible. Now, it's hard. When you're first getting started, you might not be committed to this independent work system. So you're grabbing tasks from here, there, everywhere, and kind of piecemealing it together. That is very common. That's how I got started. But as you see tasks that students experience success with and they start gravitating towards, you want to do more just like that and keep that format as predictable as possible, because you don't want the students to always be focused on what they're supposed to be doing. You want them actually focused on the task. And when you see that familiar layout, that supports that. And the last key component of a wonderful, high-quality task box is it is self-contained. Everything should be in the box. Students should not be on a scavenger hunt to find what they need to complete the task. Now, even the best designed task box still needs to be taught. A student becomes independent after they practice the routine, gotten feedback, and they know what to expect. So the best boxes are the ones that are clear, simple, and consistent. And even better, if they're used in a 3-task routine they already recognize. Now, here are some common mistakes I've seen. I bet you have seen them as well. Number one is so common. Tasks that look beautiful. They're so cute. They might be on TPT. They might be holiday, novelty, fun themes, so cute, but they have way too many steps. So if you're tempted because you see a task you know your students are going to love, take a really close look and see how many steps are being asked, because we want these to be independent. Another common mistake is tasks that need adult help every time because the directions aren't clear, or tasks that target skills that aren't yet independent. They may be at the student's instructional level. Here's some quick fixes. We can always break it down. We can break down the directions, the steps into smaller parts, and then we can add a visual to support and reduce prompting. Or use a pre-skill box that still aligns to the goal. You don't have to lower your expectations. We're just adding the right level of support. So here's a real task box that I built using everything we just talked about. Visual support, check. It's right here with the I can statement that has a visual picture of what the task looks like when you've completed it. Is there a clear beginning and an end? Yes. When students see the cover, they open it up, the visual directions are there, and then there's 10 task cards. Students are going to count, and then they're going to find the numeral card to match. Is it goal aligned? Well, that does depend if your students are working on this math skill. Is there a familiar layout? Yes. These are what I call the stick and solve tasks. We have a bunch of these in Taskbox library. And we also have clip cards, yes, no cards, other different formats. But many of these formats are going to be repeated with different skills so students can stay focused on the skill and not the format. And all materials are inside. Yes. I personally would add base 10 blocks because students don't need them to complete the task, but it adds that another layer. It's going to slow down students, add a fine motor component. I'm going to be able to learn a lot by using observation to see how they use these materials. I would put a handful of these inside the box. Now, I do want to address one more visual on this page, this checklist that has 4 simple steps that are very general. This is a freebie. I will put the link in the show notes so you can grab this for yourself. This comes in a full page that you can print out and display in your independent work system if you have that set up in your classroom. But it also comes in these small task box sizes, the 4 by 6 inch. So you could print these and tuck these inside the task box so students could refer to that if that's the support that would be appropriate. This is the kind of task box that's going to teach the routine, and that routine is going to stick. So if you do want task boxes that already check all of these boxes, please check out the Taskbox Dollar Club. I'll put a link in the notes, in the description. Everything's organized by skill. They're aligned to SMART IEP goals, and they are designed with student independence in mind. Yes, they are cute, but student independence comes first. You can search, download, set up your routines. I will put that link in the show notes along with the freebie checklist. If this helped you rethink how task boxes can support independence in your classroom, please hit that subscribe button. I like to post quick, realistic videos every week to help you create systems that are going to work for your students, but also for you. I will catch you in the next one.